be best, cause you're only a man, and a man's gotta learn to take it. Try to believe, though the going gets rough, that you gotta hang tough to make it. History repeats itself, try and you'll succeed. Never doubt that you're the one, and you can have your dreams. You're the best around, nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around, nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around, nothing's gonna ever keep you down. Fight till the end, cause your life will depend on the strength that you have inside you. Oh, you gotta be proud, staring out in the crowd when the odds in the game defy you. Try your best to win them all, and one day time will tell. When you're the one that's standing there, you reach the final bell. You're the best around, nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around, nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around.
Hey everybody, welcome to the very first ever in history of our galaxy episode of Three Youth Guys. Sitting before you are three guys.
But we're not youth.
We're not youth.
We are youth ministers.
Who are male.
Male.
We're guys.
That's where the guys come from.
Right.
And there's three of us.
But we're not youth.
Yeah, so
We're ministers.
that explains the name.
Yes.
Instead of telling you a little bit about ourselves, because nobody likes doing that except for really vain people, of which only two of us are.
Yep.
We're going to tell you a little bit about each other so we can all get to know each other and be friends and, you know, get a rapport going, and it'll be great. Sitting to my left, your right, this is Edward Farmer, born July 9th, 1827.
No.
Close.
If I guess enough times, eventually I'll be right. Ed here works at Willow Ridge Church, but you officially take the reins and have all the responsibility and the pressure this summer.
June 1st.
Coming up. So, few weeks.
Few weeks.
My favorite memory of Ed, I've got two potentials. One is when you were still a youth. And you got forcibly removed from a mall.
I remember that.
But I think my actual favorite memory of you is the time you and I together nearly died in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
We got a little turned around in Atlanta and ended up on some very rough streets. And Ed had to protect me, and he did marvelously. Ed, let me tell you, both these guys, but I'm just talking about Ed, so whatever about Jamie. He's one of like the funniest like little balls of energy kind of humans ever. Like,
But you'll see that.
Yeah, I enjoy laughter.
that's good.
Boy Meets World is your favorite.
Boy Meets World is...
Stop talking about yourself. We're not doing that.
Tell him Boy Meets World is my absolute favorite TV show of all time. And to my left, your right,
That's true.
is Jamie Smith. He's the youth minister
I know it's a girl's name.
at Oakwood Baptist Church. He's been there for 6 months?
8 months.
8 months.
It's been that long. It does
Um,
not feel like 8 months.
and he's been doing an awesome job there. My favorite memory of Jamie is probably the first year that I interned and you were still interning at Willow.
Yeah.
Just that whole summer, getting to know Jamie more was just phenomenal.
Wow,
And-
that is really lame.
I know, this is so boring.
And
I don't know what
but there's a youth and youth ministry that I'm serving at, and that summer we went to camp, and this kid,
great guy.
awesome guy, I love him.
That's true.
But
Just
he,
didn't that night.
yeah, he poo-pooed all over the place and threw
No,
up all
dude, he
over
was
the place.
poop. He did all three
It's
stalls.
like he was doing a pirouette.
Yeah, all three stalls were covered in poop and puke. This looks like
was-
he just did a 360.
In a way, impressive.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
You were so impressed you couldn't be mad.
You're right.
You're like, I can't wait for this kid to stop throwing up so I could ask him how he did this.
Those two, we stayed up till
Yeah.
4 cleaning it.
But it was just fun, and they weren't upset about it. They laughed about it.
Who's
and,
they?
and well, Jamie and one other guy. But and you just don't want to give you any credit. I'm talking about him. And everyone who knows him recognize how handsome he is, and carry around a picture of him in his pocket. And I keep this on me at all times. Just when I'm feeling sad and feeling down, I can just.
That's when I was captain of a cruise ship.
Yeah, he was captain of a cruise ship.
Yeah, that was cool.
But
Made of cinder block, apparently.
but I just that doesn't float very well. But I just keep this in my pocket
USS Density.
to just look at when I'm feeling blue.
But now it's time to introduce sort of our de facto leader. To your left and my right is Travis McLeod, which is an epic name in itself. And Travis is a big reason that Ed and I are in the ministry. And he is the youth minister at St. Peter's Lutheran Church, which is where we are right now. You'll see all our churches. But my favorite memory of Travis is the moment he knew he loved me as his little
I had
brother.
a feeling. Okay.
Okay. So we were on a mission trip, and I'm a bigger guy, and we tend to have issues with sweat. Well, we were on a mission trip. I don't know.
We were in Mississippi.
Yeah, we were in Mississippi, and it was Katrina relief stuff.
His-
And we were staying in a school, and we were all staying on air mattresses, except Travis had just a sleeping bag on a floor, on a cold tile floor. Yeah. But one day, after a particularly hard day of work, I grabbed the green bottle of Gold Bond, medicated, which is it's good stuff. So we just got back from work, and I just got out of the shower, and I was ready to Gold Bond up. So I went to a little corner of the room, which happened to be where Travis's sleeping bag was, and I had on basketball shorts, so I started doing my little dance, and there was like a huge pile of Gold Bond on Travis's pillow and sleeping bag. Basically, at that moment, I noticed it, and I saw the pile, and I said, "Oh no, Travis is gonna be mad."
I was not there.
And then I turn around, and he walks in the door, and
Now
he
I'm
sees
there.
it, and that's the moment he knew he loved me.
So what we're thinking for this video series, this 3 Youth Guys video series, is we're all 3 youth ministers, love working with kids. My idea was that let's talk to you guys and share with each other experiences we've had, like tell funny stories about crazy youth times, lessons that we have learned through mistakes or whatever. Share those with you, share this with each other, and kind of have it just be a conversation sort of like that.
I think we should. I think we should talk about today's culture and what kind of just TV shows and movies and stuff we like, and music, and just why we like it, why it's relevant to our youth today, and why it's relevant to us. And
I think that we should just come together and have a fun time and just laugh together and laugh with you guys and make you guys laugh. Because again, laughter is a gift.
Since obviously we are kind of butting heads over what we want this to be, and what the tone should be and all this, Ed actually had what I thought was a pretty good idea of how to settle our issue here. So.
I figured the only way that 3 godly men, youth guys in youth ministry,
get our name right.
Yeah.
3 youth guys
Plug it.
can solve an issue
It's taking forever.
is
What's the idea?
to have a Nerf war.
Cool.
Go!
Bald Eagle.
Hey guys, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Just do all three? Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright.
Thanks for joining us, then. Okay, so apparently,
Welcome, Travis.
apparently we're doing all three of them. So I guess that's good. That gives us options, gives us room to play. One thing we want to do every episode, which right now we're planning on being once a month, is we want to bring you guys the game of the month. Okay, so we're going to tell you some of our favorite games, how to use them, whatever. Just have a good time with them. Hey guys, we are now at Oakwood Baptist. This is Jamie's church. We're here to show you our first ever game of the month, okay? This game is called Murder in the Dark. All three of our youth groups absolutely love it. You're going to need a few things to play this game, okay? This is the first item, all right? Just a regular deck of playing cards.
You will also need a light switch or several light switches.
And you will also need one of these.
Okay guys, first thing you're going to need to know when playing this game is exactly how many people are playing, because you are going to need that exact number of cards. You can't have more or less. That's going to throw it off. It's important that you have 3 or 4 aces, 3 or 4 jacks, and then just fill out the rest with any other card. That doesn't matter. What you're going to do is hold the cards face down, have your kids come up and just get a single card. They can't show their cards to anybody else, right? They need to look, not let anybody else see what their cards are. Aces are killers. Jacks are detectives. Everything else, they're just citizens. There's nothing special about them whatsoever. Rub that in all you want.
I got an ace, so that means I'm a killer. Alright, so since everyone is grouped up together at this point, killers have to find out who the other killers are, detectives have to find out who the other detectives are, and the way you do that is just, you know, tell everybody close their eyes, detectives open their eyes, killers open their eyes. You know, it's easy for people to cheat, but hopefully your kids have more integrity than that. So what we're going to do now is, now once everybody knows what they are, you have to find hiding spots around your church for the kids to go hide, and you if you're playing. The rule that we usually go by is if a door is closed, it's off limits. If a door's open, it's fair game.
One more thing. You might have figured this out based on the name of the game. You do this at night, okay? Really well lit right now. Don't let that throw you, okay? This is a nighttime game.
Alright, so now that everybody's separated and I know who the other killers are, my job is to go around the church and everybody's split up and hiding, and I have to walk around the church and find other citizens and detectives to kill. Now when you're a killer, the only way you kill somebody is by doing this. You don't stab them, you don't poke them, you don't karate chop them in the back of the head. It's just this across the throat. And they're not supposed to say anything, they're not supposed to talk. It's a game of stealth. You're supposed to be as quiet as possible. Alright, so Ed is around here somewhere hiding, and he's a citizen. So I've got to find him and take him out. The way killers win this game is you have to kill everybody except the killers. And killers can't kill killers. Alright, we'll show you first the appropriate way for someone to die. And now we'll show you the inappropriate way for someone to die. Hey!
Now, if you are playing the game and you are not a killer, meaning you're either a detective or citizen, and you come across somebody sitting down, you ask them, hey, are you dead?
And I would say, yes, I am.
Now, that is the only thing a dead person can say, is yes, I'm dead. That's it. Now, as a person who has found a deceased human being, I have an option here. I can either just leave him there and continue in the darkness, or I can yell this one phrase: murder in the dark!
Murder in the dark!
Murder in the dark! Murder in the dark! Now, as soon as one person yells murder in the dark, everybody else yells it. Then you all come back to your original meeting place, okay? Now, Ed here, he didn't make it through that round, okay? So all he has to do now is go away. Dead, you sit down, you don't do anything, right? Now, this can create for a youth leader kind of a conundrum. What do you do with the dead people? Because when there's a lot of them, they get bored and they get talking, and they're really not supposed to do that. So what we normally do is we just have a room off to the side where the dead people go and they can chat and not ruin the game for everybody else.
Now at this point, everyone has to give a testimony of what they saw. And they don't have to give it, but they give a testimony of what they've seen, around the place. So if someone's like, I saw Travis kill Jamie, even though Jamie's still alive. I don't know. So some people can do that. Or some people can say, well, I don't know. I saw Edward kind of creeping around. I think he might have faked his own death. I don't know. So at that point, everyone.
Which, by the way, you cannot do.
Right. That's true. So what happens is, everyone circles up and everyone gets one vote. And this is assuming you have about 15, 20 people playing instead of 2. All right. So once everyone gets one vote, they vote on who they think the killer is. The person or the 2 people with the most votes, they're out. They go to jail, which is typically the same room as the dead people.
Yeah, and you can decide that. You can decide how many get voted out per round. Okay, so we do 2 sometimes, especially if it's a larger group and you want to narrow it down quickly. You can even do 3 if you want. Man, get creative, get crazy with it. It's your game. It's your game.
When the voting has been done and people have been voted off, those people have to reveal what card they pulled. If they're a civilian, they say they're a civilian. If they're a killer, they say they were a killer. And if they say they were a detective, then they reveal they were a detective. And regardless of which card they pulled, if they get voted off, they are out of the game.
All right, now once everybody's done voting, that's when you cut off the lights and go split up and do it all over again. Now I told you earlier the way killers win is for the killers to kill all the detectives. All right, so the way the detectives and civilians win, which they're technically on the same team, they have to vote and figure out who the killers are and send them to jail before they kill the detectives. So they're kind of running out of time there.
One last thing about this game, all right? It's kind of a buzzkill, and I'm sorry, but it's very important, all right? This game is played in the dark, and if you have 15 or 20 or 30 or 50 or 60 kids playing this game, which we have had before, and they're all running around, that gets very dangerous very quickly, okay? So the rule must be no running during this game, all right? And please have fun with this game. Kids love this game. It's a blast. They will scream, and when you're done, they will all be talking with each other about like, oh, the killer was like so close to me, and then they didn't see me, and I was awesome, and I was terrible, and blah. Okay, guys, this has been episode 1 of 3 Youth Guys. Thank you so much for watching. Keep coming back. Keep watching. Click subscribe. We've got a lot of cool things in mind, a lot of fun ideas. And comment, if you've got questions about us, things you want us to do, or just, ideas, questions about ministry, whatever, we'd love to see some of that.
And make sure you look on Facebook and Twitter. We are on there. Check the description below and follow us there.
See if I see my shoe.
Around, nothing down.